obviously your team looked like it had a much better defensive effort. I'm sure that was the emphasis.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing to me was how the guys responded as far as just the energy that we played with. First 5 or 6 missed shots in the we got a hand on them, or we got it, and we were able to get it back in, and we sustained that pretty much for a full game, except for a couple laps in there. End of the first half and in the middle of the second half, we had good energy and contested things pretty well, but 23 offensive rebounds in a game where there's 56 missed shots, that's a pretty good number. With the group that's just learning how to go through this whole process, to see them respond to a really disappointing loss with that kind of effort, I think is what us has most impressed with.
Is it a good sign to not shoot well and yet win a game like this?
Especially when our guards were really having a hard time shooting that thing in, and we really relied on Eric. LJ hit a couple of really big shots, which is really good to see, because we just had a hard time. It hasn't been the real strength of our team is 3-point shooting, and that's kind of been a real staple for us. For us to be able to win and use our inside guys, and those guys come through. I thought Yoli for his first collegiate start, 9 points, 10 rebounds, or 12 rebounds, but just how active he was. Another guy that was determined to get his hands on balls and make plays. So, and Braden Shaw, my goodness. I mean, there's a guy who got an opportunity because KD doesn't play, and I think he played 14 minutes and had 10 points. 5, 6 rebounds. I didn't think he missed a shot. I think he was 4 for 4, 2 for 2. So a lot of good signs.
Is that a recipe you can use on the road in conference play? Because you're probably not going to shoot it well every night out there, and to defend and rebound like that and end up being the difference.
I think that that's obviously the key to being a really consistent team, and it's kind of what we've lacked. Is just consistency. We played well, winning some games, and then a game gets past us, and then we go back to we didn't shoot the ball well, and hopefully that we still win games and not shoot the ball well. And this was a pretty grinded out game, and that's pretty similar to what league games are like. That's what all these in-state games are. Is they're early games to kind of feel like league games.
Did you slow the pace down, or was that just kind of the nature of the game?
No, we felt like we needed, because what we do is we race it up, on the first good shot we take, and we weren't hitting. And so, we intentionally kind of, if we had an opportunity at the rim, we'd take it. But I think what we really needed to do was slow that thing down and then execute some half-court sets. Probably the best we've done, for sure the most half-court set calls play calls that we've had in the game, and I think you can tell by the group of guys that all they were playing for is just one thing, trying to win. That's all we wanted to do.
LJ was talking about how he was embarrassed. He was embarrassed for the school, embarrassed for the university, the way you guys played the other night against UVU. How pleased are you that these guys are taking such self-accountability?
Well, I think that we showed them, when we showed them the film and the plays and the 50-50 balls and the things that we're waiting for things to happen, and they were kind of making it happen. And that's where I think they felt like they let everybody down, because there is there's a lot of different ways to describe how we play. But the number one thing is that we've always been the aggressor, and we're always on attack. Sometimes that causes us some of our own issues, but the other night that's not the case. They had us on our heels, and we got back to where we're playing like we like to play.
Why didn't Kyle miss this time?
Why is he out? Yeah, he hurt himself in the second half of the UVU game. So
Dave, LJ said he's getting more comfortable every game.
LJ said a lot tonight, didn't he? Yeah, what he said?
He said he's getting quiet.
He said he's getting more comfortable every game. Are you seeing that?
Well, he's a guy who really he's a cerebral guy. He watches a lot of film, and he tries to kind of find his way. And his actual strengths are a little different than a lot of the other guards on the team. And I think tonight we really got to see a full game from him. The scouting report now seems to be that he's the one that they give the most space as far as shooting the ball, and he busted a couple big threes. He got himself fouled late, and he's a really good free throw shooter and executed that well. He had a pretty good line. I think he's our leading defensive rebounder on the year in 7 games of play. I think he's got something like 44, 45 defensive rebounds. And so he does a lot of things for us that are a little different. And but tonight I think he can really use this as a confidence builder because he was a big part of our win the game.
Do you expect Kyle Davis to play Saturday?
Right now, I would say it's probably 50-50. We'll see. See how he responds the next day or two.
Dave, with Kyle out, how was your part when Eric came limping over to the bench?
Yeah, we went through some things tonight. We've been through some things, the last 2 or 3 weeks. So the one thing that coaches will always tell you, everybody gets all excited when things are going so well, but you're only a play or two away from having some real issues. And Eric's ankle is sore, obviously, but he got it out and played well. And hopefully, we need some time to get it right, and he'll be out again on Saturday. Be out there again on Saturday.
Dave, what did you feel were the one or two things you really took away from the test that they couldn't get wrong?
I think we did a decent job on Jalen. I mean, Jalen in the post is just a bear to try to deal with, and we did a good job of getting the second guy down there and getting a hand on him. But I think the best thing we did is we just rebounded the ball on both ends of the floor, and that's a physical thing. It's a mindset, and for us to be able to do that against kind of a ball control team, I think that was probably the best thing for us.
Another neutral site game coming up on Saturday. What do you know about USC?
Not much. Well, I was on the call the other day, and I listened to Andy Anfield talk about his team, and I think they'll be undefeated. They're winning right now, and he Texas A&M and somebody else has said. But I had a media guide on my desk yesterday, and it's still there in the same place. Thank goodness we went tonight, and we can go home and look at it and see. I do know they play fast, and they got great shooters, really good little point guard that's back, and we'll look forward to. It should be a fun afternoon. Arizona and Gonzaga and us and USC and the Staples Center. It'll be fun for the guys and hopefully we'll play that.
Okay.
All right, guys.